Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to present literature review and the related topic on literature review. So, it's me Mohesh Lamithani. I'm at second semester in Kathmandu University School of Education, Timan Lalitpur, and the course facilitator is respected uh, assistant professor, respected Indramani Shrestha sir. Okay, at first, the purpose. So, definition and purpose of literature review. A literature review defines and contextualizes research. So, it helps to define and contextualize the research. Similarly, it identifies what is already known. So, the main purpose of literature review to make identification of the fact that is already known. It also highlights the gaps in existing knowledge. What kind of gaps are uh, prevalent in the existing knowledge? So it helps to highlight those gaps also. Similarly, it helps in the critical evaluation of the existing research. Those research which are existed earlier, it helps to make critical evaluation of those research. Similarly, it synthesizes information to identify key themes and arguments. It helps to synthesize the information which helps to identify the key themes and arguments. What kind of arguments are made? It helps to synthesize the information of the key themes and arguments. That is another purpose of literature review. Now, thematic literature review. So, under literature review, the first thematic review that is related on the themes. Uh, so, what does it do? What is its main purpose? Let us see. It extracts the major themes or patterns from the literature to provide a focused understanding of the topic. What is the major theme on the literature? So it helps to extract that major themes and the patterns from that literature. Similarly, it combines findings from multiple studies to make conclusion about the themes or a concept, and it helps in the combination of the findings from different kind of studies, which helps to draw the conclusion about that theme or that concept. Similarly, it helps to organize the review around key themes rather than methodology. So, apart from methodology, it helps to review the key themes that is in the literature. Similarly, it identifies areas where there is insufficient research or understanding. If there is some sorts of insufficient research or some sorts of gap in understanding, so it helps to make identification of those areas, and it also suggests the direction for the future study. Similarly, it offers a deeper understanding of a specific phenomenon by linking various studies and perspective under each theme. Under each theme, it helps to make offer of the deeper understanding of specific phenomenon by making the linkage between different kinds of studies and perspectives under each theme. So it is also one of the another purpose of thematic review. So let us move towards the theoretical review. So what is theoretical review? A theoretical review focuses on reviewing, analyzing, and synthesizing the existing theories and conceptual frameworks related to a particular research topic or problem. So it helps in making reviewing, in making review. Similarly, in analyzing and synthesizing the existing theories, so those theories which are existed. So, what kind of research problem have we taken? So, and on what theory that is based on? So, it helps to make the conceptual frameworks related to a particular research topic or problem that we have taken. Similarly, the another one is it helps to identify and critically evaluates the key theories relevant to the research topic. As I have already told, that the problem that we have taken, the topic that we have taken, on what theory is that related. So it helps to make the identification and the critical evaluation based on that. Similarly, it combines and compares different theoretical perspectives to develop a more comprehensive understanding of the topic. I have already told this. Similarly, it helps to establish a conceptual or theoretical framework for future research by linking different theoretical perspective. That means it helps to establish a conceptual or theoretical framework for the future research. Means it also helps uh, for the future research by establishing the concept, the theory. That's all. And it offers direction for future studies by pointing out where theoretical development are needed. So, by taking reference of the existed research, uh, by just reading those research, it helps to offer direction for the future studies by pointing out where is that sort of gap is existed. Uh, Similarly, let us move towards the empirical review. What is the empirical review? Empirical review means just to review the uh, research which are previously existed. Let us see. An empirical review focuses on reviewing and synthesizing research studies that use empirical data, meaning studies that are based on actual observations, experiments, or data collection in the field. Similarly, it provides a comprehensive overview of the finding from various empirical studies on a specific topic. So, uh, from the empirical review, I want to tell you one thing, that empirical review is, if we are just doing research on some topic, so to review the research which are already existed related on that field, related on that topic, is just empirical review. And to find the difference, to compare the research that we are doing with the previous research, is empirical gap. Let me say this also. Similarly, what does it do? It identifies patterns, trends, or consistencies across studies by highlighting common result or themes. Similarly, it offers recommendation on how future studies can fill the identified gaps. Not only that, it also offers recommendation. So, how can we do the future research by just by making identification of the gap from by taking reference of the previously researched papers. And similarly, it improve upon existing research methodologies or explore unexplored area of the topic, those areas which are unexplored, which are not explored. So it helps to explore such unexplored areas related to the topic also. Similarly, let us move towards the policy review. We all know, we just know something from the policy review. So that kind of topic that we have taken. So what kind of policy are made related on that field, that is policy review. To review the policy related to our paper is policy review. Let me read this. A policy review involves a comprehensive examination and evaluation of existing policies, programs, or regulations within a specific field or sector. Similarly, it assesses how well existing policies are achieving their intended goals and objectives. Similarly, it identifies areas where current policies are insufficient, outdated, or missing, suggesting areas, also suggest areas where new policies may be needed. Not only that, policy review also identifies the areas where current policies are insufficient. If the current policies are insufficient, it helps to make identification of those areas also. Similarly, it evaluates whether policies remain relevant in the context of current societal, economic, and technological changes. It ensures that policies are being implemented effectively and are aligned with the goals they are meant to achieve. Not only that, but also it helps to ensure the policies that are being implemented effectively or not, and that are aligned with the goals they are meant to achieve. So let us move towards the research gaps now. These are the uh, research review, and what does the research gap means? Let us see about this. Research gaps refers to areas where knowledge is incomplete or lacking in existing literature. So if the knowledge is incomplete, or if it lacks in the literature that is existed previously, so it helps to find such kind of gaps. Similarly, it helps to identify research gaps, that helps in formulating meaningful and impactful research question. Not only that, but also it helps in formulating the good research questions also. Several types of research gaps exist, each highlighting a different deficiency in prior studies. Different kind of There are altogether 7 research gaps. So I will discuss it also. Uh, okay, let us move towards the empirical gap at first. What kind of gap is empirical gap? When does it occurs? It occurs when there is lack of empirical evidence or real world data to support theories or claims. Example, let me see example. A study on effectiveness of project-based learning in geometry lacks actual classroom observation and student performance. That it's the example of empirical gap. Now let us move towards the theoretical gap. We can be clear from the word also. The word itself tells the gap in theory arises when existing theories do not adequately explain a phenomenon or when conflicting theories exist. Example, the debate between Piaget's and Vygotsky perspective on learning may indicate a need for a new theoretical model in math education. So Piaget and Vygotsky's perspective, they have a debate. They are just thinking does not match it. So we may need a new theory also according to the problem, according to the research that we are doing. Let us move towards the methodological gap. If there is some sorts of gap in between the methodological sections, then this exists. It exists when previous studies have used outdated, inappropriate, or limited resource method. Example, past research on geometry teaching strategies relies solely on quantitative methods, but a qualitative approach is needed to explore deeper insights. So let us move towards the conceptual gap. You can see from the figure also. Conceptual gap means if there is gap in the concept, it occurs when key concepts are not well defined, leading to ambiguity or confusion. Example, the concept of engagement in mathematics learning is often used without a clear standardized definition. Let us move towards the evidence gap. If there is gap in evidence, then this kind of gap arises. It happens when there is contradictory or insufficient evidence regarding on the research topic. The research topic that we have taken, that we are doing, if there is some sorts of gap in evidence, then evidence gap arises. Here is given one example. Some studies suggest PBL improves problem solving skill, while others show no significant difference, indicating a need for further investigation. This is the example of evidence gap. Let us move towards the practical gap now. It identifies when there is a disconnection between academic research and practical application. That's the academic research that we are doing. If there is no connection between the practical application and the knowledge, the education that we give theoretically, then this kind of gap arises. Here is one example. Research supports active learning in mathematics, but many teachers still rely on traditional lecture methods due to practical constraint. This is one of the example of practical gap. Let us move towards the population gap. A research gap that arises when studies focus on a specific demographic while neglecting others. It ensures inclusive and equitable educational research. Inclusive, all the students or all the population from different sector must be included in the research. If we do not do so, then this kind of gap arises. Similarly, it helps to design effective teaching strategies for diverse student groups, the students from different field, different areas, from diverse group. So it helps to design effective teaching strategies to those students from different diverse student group. It bridges the gap between policy recommendation and actual classroom needs. It is another the purpose of population gap. So now in conclusion, so I have just written the conclusion of all the review here. Thematic review, it identifies key themes and trends in literature. Similarly, theoretical review examines and compares existing theories. Empirical review analyzes data driven studies to find gaps. Policy review evaluates policies for effectiveness and improvement. So I have already discussed about those section earlier. Now I have kept here the reference. Okay, this is reference. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for your attention. Thank you.